Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to IMC, Isolate, Meditate, Create. Happy New Year. Today is 101 of this experience, and my name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo, and Soaring Solo Studios is dedicated to the direction and development of one-person plays. So welcome. I'm so glad that all of you could join. Please make sure that you have something nearby you to write with and write on. So as soon as we're done meditating, we can all begin writing together. And I do want to mention that sometimes what comes up for us during the meditations can be triggering. So if that happens to you, you feel triggered during the experience, feel free to jump off the Zoom call, take care of yourself. If you need resources beyond that, please feel free to email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com, and I can do my best to connect you with some resources to aid in your healing process, in your journey. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and just close our eyes and start to let everything slow down, focusing on our breath. Deep inhales and audible exhales out if you have any tension you need to release. And just really start to let your mind clear. Notice your thoughts, but try not to attach to any of them. Just let them float through. And just drop into this present moment by focusing on your breath. Imagining that with each breath in, you're breathing in warm and nourishing light that is filling every inch of your body. And just continue to drop into this present moment, putting away your to-do lists or your personal dramas and just setting those to the side for the next 20 minutes and being here now. And check in with your body, doing a body scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Just surveying your body and noticing where you might be carrying any tension or pain or discomfort, where you might be clenching muscles. And just breathe deeply into those places, relaxing and releasing. And just feel the energy of support that is available to you right now with everyone on this call. Everyone who's shown up today to do some self-care and reflection. And start to imagine now that on your in-breath, you are breathing in things that serve you, things that fill your cup. We're calling in optimism, faith, hope, abundance, creativity, courage, encouragement, support, love, passion, understanding, forgiveness. Whatever things you need to bring into your experience, imagine on your in-breath, you are calling those things to you. And on your out breath, release those things that do not serve you in this moment. letting go of resentment or fear, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, bitterness, resentment, whatever it is you need to let go of. Just imagine on your out breath, you are pushing that far away from you, getting it out of your space. And just continue on in this cycle of breathing in those things that serve you and letting go of those things that do not on your out breath. And now start to imagine that your breath is transforming, and while you continue to breathe in those things that serve you, on your out breath, you are giving back to the world. You're giving back whatever it is you have to offer, giving back your creativity, your message, your encouragement, your support, your kindness, your innovation, your bravery. Just imagine on your out breath, you are sharing back with the world whatever it is you have to give. And in the next few moments, I'm going to guide you through a visualization. And just keeping your eyes closed and your breath deep and your body relaxed. Just go on this journey with me and allow your creativity and your intuition to guide you. Try not to censor yourself or control it, knowing that you never have to share what came up for you unless you want to. So just be very uncensored. I want you to picture the new you, the new you. We're moving into a new year, and there are endless possibilities of what you can do and who you can become, what you can achieve, how you can feel. And I just want you to envision that person who is at the end of 2021 about to step into 2022. Who is that person that you see yourself, you hope for yourself to become throughout this year? Just spend a moment reflecting on what you'd like to see yourself step into in the year ahead. And as you see that version of yourself in the future, how do you see yourself today? And what is the distance between the two? What are the changes that need to occur to step closer into that version of yourself? Start to identify the differences between that version of you and who you are in this moment today. And start to see some action steps that you could take to become that person. What are some actionable things you could do to become that version of yourself? And as you're seeing this play out, are there any fears or obstacles that are coming up for you that are causing you to move into limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns? And just be with those, recognize them for what they are, acknowledge them, and do your best to just set them aside and focus on the action steps. Focus on what you have control over and what you can do to move toward that version of yourself you wish to become. And just spend another couple of moments reflecting upon this, upon where you are today, where you imagine yourself going, and who you imagine yourself to become. And just be in that reflection for another couple moments. And take another deep breath in. And on your exhale, slowly opening your eyes and coming back to this present moment. And go ahead and reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. And I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. And I want you to just write whatever came up for you. You could become that version of yourself at the end of this next year and write from that perspective as though those things have been achieved already. You could write from who you are now and the things that you want to implement over the next year. Poetry, song lyrics, whatever comes up for you. I'll let you know when your time is up. A little over 3 minutes left, 3 minutes. And 1 minute left, 1 minute. Okay, and wrap up your writing. And as I always say, if you wrote in a journal or scrap paper or something like that, I would transcribe what you've written into a document on your computer so it is safe somewhere. And sorry, I'm multitasking, and so I'm a little distracted putting things in the chat. Okay, great. So hopefully that brought up some valuable insights as to what the next year might hold for you and what you might manifest in the next year. And I think for our solo shows, it can be really powerful to create another version of ourselves that we can live into in the script, or even create fantasy versions of ourselves that we explore in the show. So maybe what came up for you might even end up in your solo show, who knows. If you look over in the chat, you will see I put quite a few announcements of things happening in our community this month, starting with my free class. My free solo theater class is happening this weekend. So that's January 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All you need to do to participate is go to my website, soaringSoloStudios.com, and go under events and free class, and you can RSVP there and you will be sent the Zoom link. No experience necessary. You don't have to bring anything prepared to class, but you can. If you do want to try and prepare something to perform, if there's time, I will see it. And also our January Creating Captivating Characters Intensive is sold out. However, we are starting a list for February. So if you think you might be interested in joining us in February, the class is led by soaring solo instructor Heather Dowling, who is an award-winning solo artist herself. And I am going to let her speak to the class and unspotlight myself. So Heather, you want to say hi, and it should grab you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. So many faces that I love. Creating captivating characters has been a really an incredible intensive. And I think Jessica and I knew it could be. And what I found that I don't think I recognized even when I was creating my own shows is how often my characters helped me discover what I was trying to say in my writing. So it was almost like allowing the personalities and the archetypes and even the voices in my head, allowing them to speak for me, gave me access to tell my story in a way that I would not have seen otherwise. And it gave me insight into moments that were really important for me to capture inside of my show. And then on the flip side of that, even when Heather knew exactly what she wanted to say, the characters gave me a freedom to say it in a way that wasn't quite so on the nose and wasn't quite so personal. So it gave me permission to talk about and create a conversation out there with the audience that was way bigger than I could have had if I had to do it in my own persona. So I think the freedom, I don't think I really understood the freedom I had given myself in the creation of characters with my two shows. And seeing them come to life with the people that we're working with, I'm just so inspired by the partnership you can create when you bring characters into your storytelling. So we would love to have you in February. I know some of you are already on the short list, like getting on there. So make sure you email soaringsoloartist@gmail.com to say February intensive if you want to get on the list. We only work with 8 people, and every single one of them has sold out pretty quickly so far. So if it's something you think you want to do to keep developing the show you're already working on, or even if you are at the very beginning and are trying to discover your voice and what it is you want to say, your characters can be a great entry point into that. So can't wait to see you guys. Some of you I'm seeing really soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Heather. Really well said. Okay, great. So continuing in with the announcements. Also, if you wanted to work with me individually or do a power pair session or small groups, or want to find out more about what those offerings even are, you can also email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com, and we can talk about that. And if you missed any days of Isolate, Meditate, Create, or if you just want to repeat a session and go back and watch it, everything is on my YouTube channel, which is Jessica Lynn Johnson, Soaring Solo LLC. And I also put the link in the chat. Hopefully it'll take you there. And our next IMC is happening January 13th, so next Wednesday. So feel free to join again, invite your friends and family to tune in. And also on my YouTube channel are a bunch of other tutorial videos to help you with your solo show. So check out my YouTube. What else can I tell you? Yes, so then Sheila Silver, who is a beautiful, valuable member of our community, is doing a table reading tomorrow night on Zoom of her solo show, All the Atoms in the World. And I'm gonna let Sheila tell you about her reading herself. So let me unmute you, Sheila, and let me cancel my spotlight. And Sheila, just say hi and it should pick you up.
Hi, I'm not warmed up. My voice is still froggy. You know, I'm not going to say anything that you guys who've been coming here with together regularly don't know. But honestly, just about a year ago, next weekend, I came to Jessica's first, I came for the first time to Jessica's class, and I lived at the White Fire on a Saturday morning, and I literally sat there, and my only question was, how do you know what story to tell? Like that was the overwhelming, boggling question. I'm old, I've got 6 decades of stories to tell. And through the process of working with Jessica and then taking Heather's class, was it August, the first one? And meeting the support of this community, I've written and published a book. I've taken that book and here's my little bookmark. If any of you want one, just text me and I'll send you one because I got a million of them. Like they send you all these bookmarks to share. Anyway, and I've written the show, not I, together. I've every step of the way, Jessica, and then Heather came on and has held my hand. I got to perform in the classes, and then reading sections over the past year, doing a solo salon, and now we're up to the table read. I can't believe it. So that when the question of to this morning on your future self, Jessica, my future self is here. I just have to remember that she's here. And that's my challenge. So this is a story about my son, really, and my life, raising my son and him raising me, he has severe autism. And if you had told me 5 years ago that any of this would be happening, I would not have believed you. So the story's not about the story's about who we are and who we become. So I hope that you will join us on Thursday night to get the feedback. Because I'm back in is it a story worth telling? And Jessica's like, yes. So I could go on and on, but please join us. I'd love to have you there and get your feedback. And then March 23rd is my performance date. So we'll save the date. So I'm rambling, but that's what I do. Thank you so much.
Thank
I love you guys.
Thank you. Yes, and everyone, please tune in. We would love your feedback. Our reading is such a huge, important step in the journey of creating a solo show. So getting your feedback on what's working, what's not working, what you love, what you think might change is very valuable for us as a creative team. And you'll also learn a tremendous amount for your own solo show by seeing the process. And we're doing a reading the next week as well for Kirsten Kaplan, who hopefully a lot of you know as well. She's in the Soaring Solo community. Lady Liberties is her one-woman show. And she's actually a diversity and inclusion educator. So this is all about her exploring Columbia, the goddess of the founding fathers, created as a symbol of unification. And just, it sounds very intelligent and very deep. And it is all of those things, but it's actually quite funny. And she's a skilled character actor as well. So we're going to take a deep dive into some themes like racism and a lot of things that are very topical right now. So tune in if you can for that. We'd also love your feedback for Kirsten. I believe I put both links in the chat, and it's also all on my website, plus all the different shows that are happening in January, which I'll elaborate on more next week. But that's it. That's really what's going on in our community. I want to thank you all so much for joining today. Please enjoy your Wednesdays. I'll leave the chat up for a little while so you guys can say hi to each other and also jot down anything from the announcements that are pertinent to you. Okay, enjoy the rest of your hump day. Bye, everyone.